Yo, what's going on, homies? Make sure you drink some water, stay hydrated. This is gonna be my. Let me turn this music down. One sec. Give me a second. Okay. Let me also go like full screen mode. This is my build guide for Corrupting Fever Ascendant. Just like some real quick notes that everyone asks about. You know, why not go Gladiator? I don't go Gladiator because everyone's going Gladiator, and I really like the Ascendant nodes. I especially like permanent phasing and permanent onslaught with free spell suppression. It's really good, and we can move really fast. We go Queen of the Forest and whatnot. And then we take Glad for all the juicy stuff like Blind and Physmalty. So yeah, that's why I go Ascendant. It's probably not better than Glide. Like, you're probably better off going Gladiator. It's more damage, better clear, a little bit less movement speed, but you get Challenger charges if you want, in which case you have way more movement speed. So, yeah, if you care about viability, I would go Gladiator, but I just did this for fun, because why not? Another thing is, like, this build is not meant to be like, holy shit, look how good this build is. You know, it's not like, it's not the next Seismic Trap. It's not the next Summon Reaper, whatever, okay? It's not a good build. It's just kind of fun, it's fluid to play, it clears maps fast, I enjoy it. It is not the next game-breaking build. It doesn't do 50 million Shaper DPS. So, yeah, just putting that out there. Let's just run a map or two. Glennet Cairns, sure. Oh, and then I guess we can do Drox the Warlord, maybe. Or maybe we'll just do one map, I don't know. We'll talk about the gear after, but a little gameplay thing is that on your Amulet you can craft, it's a prefix, you can craft skills cost no life, and then that will let you use your Corrupting Fever, or unsocket your life tap, activate Corrupting Fever, put the life tap back in. Okay? That, the life tap damage is snapshotted. I've tested it on stream. We did all the math. We got a skill that hits, that does no damage on a hit, and then we see how much Corrupting Fever does with and without the life tap swap. And it works just fine. So if you don't want to waste that craft or a prefix on your Amulet, then go ahead and do this trick. It's not like groundbreaking because Amulet prefixes on this build aren't the most useful thing in the world. You can just get multi in life, so there's no third prefix that we want. So if you have space for the craft, might as well do the craft, because during bossing, it's kind of hard to do this life tap swap and whatnot. Also, I'm lagging a little bit due to recording on 1080p. Because I only stream on 720, so I don't lag as bad. Oh, is this an Allies Cannot Die? I think it's an Allies Cannot Die. Why is nothing here dying? I'm just gonna stand in it. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I thought they removed Allies Cannot Die, but... By the way, here's how good phasing is. You can just run through shit. I could probably stand in here and not die. Ah! Okay, no, we can definitely die. I don't know what's happening there, so maybe it's like fizz immune mobs or something, so we're just gonna not go over there. We're gonna go over here instead. I'll talk about all my auras and gear in a sec. Let's just do this map. I think Shaper DPS, because I know you guys are like fucking horny for Shaper DPS, I think it's like 1.5 mil. If you use Poacher's Mark, it's like maybe 1.7 mil, and on my current gear. But if you get some more +1s on your gear, like on your chest, a level 4 in power, and a +2 AMI, you can get like 3 mil DPS. But that's like insane investment. So yeah, the boss DPS is like not good in any way you shape it. But yeah, I just play this build because I like the mapping. It feels kind of fluid. So here's a single target. You kind of just stand in front and you just kind of like make sure you have 10 stacks of CF at all times. Other than that, yeah, our damage isn't too great. Okay, let's go back to the hideout and talk about the build. Hopefully that map clear wasn't too atrocious. I was kind of lagging, so. Alright, here's the build. First, let's talk about the Queen of the Forest. We're going to go with Queen of the Forest so that we get hella movement speed and based on our evasion rating. I have 25k hideout with flasks up. I have 45k, which is the threshold for Queen of the Forest, and then we have about 84% chance to evade. But we also have blind, so we have about 90% chance to evade. Do remember that we get 25% blind on hit with attacks. And Kinetic Blast hits like 2 or 3 times per right click, depending on how the AoE shotguns. So you're pretty much blinding everything that matters. So that's why we have Queen of the Forest. I know it's a little out there, but the main core of the build is that we have Corrupting Fever. The goal of Corrupting Fever is to hit stuff at least 10 times so that you can apply the max of 10 stacks. We're going to apply those 10 stacks using Kinetic Blast. Now, why Kinetic Blast? One reason is it's ranged, so you don't have to go around hitting shit with Blade Storm or whatever the fuck, or Cyclone. So it's ranged. Also, the projectile can hit once, and the AoE can hit once per shotgun. So there are situations where the AoE can shotgun, in which case we'll get more stacks. There is a hard cap, though, of 10 stacks, so I think there might be a lab enchant for more stacks, but your damage caps at 10, so there's no reason to attack faster or use a different skill, because you won't get over 10 stacks. We are using Stormbrand, however, though. We're going to place a unlinked level 1 Stormbrand on the ground, just so that we can run around in circles while Stormbrand is applying our CF. We'll quickly go to Blood Aqueducts to show that. So if I have CF activated, and I place a Stormbrand on something, you'll see that it's applying the CF, and it's basically instant killing everything, right? So we can put this on a boss and run away, and it's almost like you're playing a totem build. You can have mobility while doing damage uptime. We're going to link Life Tap and Maim. If you want to use Life Gain on hit instead of Maim, that's fine for mapping. And then we have a Poet's Pen here. A Poet's Pen. We're going to put Exsanguinate Controlled Chain. This is mainly for clearing, because the Exsanguinate Chain is going to hit mobs around corners, which your Kinetic Blast will not do. And this totally boosts your map clear. Your single target is a little worse off because this +1 or +3 that you get from the Poet's Pen is local to the Exsanguinate alone, so you're not getting the +3 from this Poet's Pen. There is an argument made that maybe you could just use a +1 wand, or a +2 wand, definitely. But then you lose your Exsanguinate, and you'd maybe have to run a Spellslinger setup, which means you would lose an aura. So there's sort of this balance of how much mana can we reserve and how much clear speed do we want, how much single target do we want. This is not one of those builds where you get it all for fucking free. It's actually quite hard to work out, and that's why this build guide's taken a while, along with school, but it's taken a while because I've had to flesh all this shit out. Amulet, you're just going to want a +1. If you can get a +2 with an Awakener's Orb, that's good. If you don't have Aspect of the Spider, you can run a different aura, like, I don't know, Tempest Shield or Flesh and Stone, linked with Maim. That would be fine. Movement skill, Flame Dash. For auras, we're going to be running Aspect. This Aspect, like I said, could be Flesh and Stone. It could be Tempest Shield, Purity of Fire. It could be fucking anything, I guess. But I like Aspect of the Spider because it's a more damage multiplier. We're going to be running Grace for fat evasion. War Banner linked with Generosity for approximately 15% more damage. Summon Skitterbots for shock and chill. Chill is really good when you can't apply, when you don't do any cold damage and you can't chill anything. Having a little bit of chill is really good. Also, the shock is a more multiplier as well. Again, you could probably drop this and Aspect for Malevolence and you wouldn't feel a difference. So you could even save a gem slot. And then Herald of Purity for a flat more multiplier, which is pretty decent. So that's all of our auras. We have a cast when damage taken Immortal Call, but you're going to need Life Tap because we have no mana. So you need life tap, otherwise Immortal Call won't be cast. Also, you need life tap for your Flame Dash and whatnot. Links for CF are going to be CF, Brutality, Empower, Life Tap, Efficacy, Swift. Before you get an Empower, you can maybe run an increased duration support, or just don't even 6-link it, because there's no other supports that you would want to use, really. The cool part about this build is that there's 0 required uniques, because I league start as this, and it's the only build I have this league. But as far as the uniques that you want, it's just a Queen of the Forest, 5C, and a Poet's Pen, 3C. Now, I have some decent Krangles on them with a +2 duration. The +2 duration, I think, is 60C, and then you'll have to 6-link it yourself with Tainted Fusings. And then this Fizz multi, I actually hit this wand myself in the Krangler. But I think the Fizz multi might be 1x or something like that. Maybe less. I don't know. Flasks, just the typical shit. What else is there about the build? Yeah, I guess just the passive tree now. I'll have the POB, but I really wanted to do a no cluster jewel setup because it's just SSF viable. You know, you don't have to get your clusters. I think with clusters though, it might be like 30% more damage, but we're gonna lose some survivability because we won't get things like spell suppression and life nodes, which we want. So I've opted not to use cluster jewels. I might put a leveling guide out, but glancing blows for 2 points, it is quite fine. If you're running Tempest Shield, you could go ahead and run that. I'm taking Eternal Youth for Energy Shield recharge instead applies to life. The reason that's really, really good on this build is because all of our skills cost life, but what you'll see is that we don't take any damage. The reason being, spending life does not stop Energy Shield recharge. So you'll see here, I'll use my Corrupting Fever, and it will just recharge. So without investing into any life regeneration, I have 20% of my life per second. So I regenerate my full life bar in 5 seconds. Without any investment into life regeneration. So 7110 over 5, we get 1400 life regen, essentially, for the cost of nothing. But you know, there is the caveat where if you take damage, that will stop your Energy Shield recharge. But we are an evasion build with 65% block, so we're getting hit very infrequently, which means our Energy Shield recharge is pretty much all the time. I don't think these guys can do damage to me, but if they will, I can show it. I don't think they're going to do any... Yeah, they're not going to do any damage to me, but... I really like this Eternal Youth. During a boss fight, you can just sort of run around and it will just regen your life. Really convenient. That's pretty much all for the tree. Do I have a boss up? I guess we could go do Drox. But that boss is really fucking tanky, dude. I don't know if we should do that boss. That boss is so fucking tanky. He has like 200% Fizz mitigation or some shit. Fuck it. We'll just run the map. This is probably the worst boss in the game to do. Oh, another thing. We get Onslaught only on max frenzy charges. So to get max frenzy charges, we have +1 min on our ring, and then we weapon swap for +2 min on a shield. The shield cost me 1 chaos. A single chaos. So then we swap, and you see that we now have 3 frenzy charges. So you swap, it gives you min, and then when you swap back, so you do a hot swap, you have 3 frenzy charges. See? 3 frenzy charges. So that puts us on our max, and we get Onslaught. Look how fucking fast we are in our hideout. Right. See how fast we are? Before you get a +2 shield, you can just run Blood Rage. And that will give you frenzy charges on kill. But if you run Blood Rage, you can't run Eternal Youth. So you just don't spec Eternal Youth until you've dropped your Blood Rage. Does that make sense? Because it will stop your Energy Shield recharge. Cool. Let's go run this boss. But like I said, this boss is so fucking tanky, dude. He has like insane armor. Players are cursed with vulnerability, poison on hit, sure, whatever. Alright, vamos. Yeah, sorry this guide's all over the place. I didn't really plan it out. Okay, so we're gonna unspec life tap, shield swap, and then just kill shit. It's only a tier 14, so I'm not gonna like spend time clearing the whole map when we could just go do the boss instead. I've used this build to farm. Whoops! I accidentally activated. I've used this build to farm 60% Delirium tier 8 Scourge maps with Nemesis and beyond. It's really not a problem. If you watch my stream, which by the way I might be streaming right now, a little late night stream. If you watch my stream, like, we're pretty much unkillable. We have too much evasion to die, too much effective life. It's just really hard for us to die. Here's the boss damage. Not the best boss damage, but it does exist. It is not 0, at least. For Pantheons, we take stun and block, and for the other one, we take poison. I had to activate Corrupting Fever there because I accidentally dropped it while looking at Pantheons. Yeah, you guys might want to fast forward once we get to Drox, because my god, that fucker's not gonna die. Like, he is not gonna die. I'm thinking about rolling an SSF character and maybe playing like a meme build or something, so if I do that, I'll probably stream. You guys can stop by and watch. Okay, let's go. You guys definitely want to play this on 1.5 or 2 times speed. This guy's going to take for fucking ever to kill. So you see, I can just put Stormbrand on him and just sort of run in circles, and I won't drop my CF stacks at any point. You always want to have 10 up at all times. Alright, so in this phase, he has like 400% Fizz mitigation. So, yeah, we'll be here for a while. It is A8, so actually not the worst possible damage I've ever seen. But it's not impressive. We could run Power Siphon for Culling Strike. I just forgot to do it. Also, oh, I didn't put in Swift Affliction, which is more damage. Maybe like 8% more total. So we missed out on 18% more damage because we didn't have Culling Strike and we didn't have whatever the fuck. Yeah, so thanks for watching the guide. Go watch my stream if you want. I don't know. Up to y'all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.